We are back with another 15-minute chat, speaking to people who have experience in their subjects and trying to get some info out of them within 15 to 20 minutes. It's not easy, but we try our best. So today we've got my lovely sister Naomi on. She's going to talk about meditation. Now, meditation is one of those things that people always tell you to do it, and people always talk about it, and you probably never do it yourself. And it's one of those things people always say it's the best thing, it's so good. It's like yoga. I get the same thing with yoga. People always say it's fantastic. They recommend it to you. 100% of people think it's good, but you never do it yourself. Now, why do we not do that? I guarantee most people watching this now do not meditate on a regular basis. I don't. I've probably tried it 5 or 6 times in my life and not kept it up. But hopefully Naomi's going to sell us today. If she joins the live video, who knows? So we've got some questions to ask her that people have sent in, and we're going to try and get some actionable steps. So you, me, and everyone else can start meditating from today and start getting the benefits of it, or even just decide whether we want to. So hopefully 3, 2, 1. Hopefully it's working. Technical difficulties. Hello, Naomi.
Hey, Josh and his nerdy ass community.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, perfect.
Why
You hear me?
are you in an alleyway?
So I'm at work and I just finished, so I'm in the bit between where people go to their cars
Listen,
and the shop.
the big question is, are you on the Wi-Fi? Because if not, we're gonna have technical
That's
difficulties.
why I'm still here. Otherwise, I'll be in the freaking street right now.
Much appreciated. Right, so we're gonna get right on with it because you talk a lot, and we've only got 15 minutes. So
True, I do talk a lot. So
the first question we've got, we're trying to find out some actionable steps people watching who don't currently meditate can take to start meditating, tomorrow or tonight even. I might even do it myself. So can you tell us maybe how you got into it, and now you're an experienced meditator, what you would suggest for someone like me who never meditates to, do a little 5 or 10 minute one later this evening?
Okay, so for people who don't meditate, what I'd say is rather than going in and looking to do a meditation, you need to understand the what and the why, because then the how becomes easier. So personally, there's apps like Headspace, all of that. In my personal opinion, because I'm not going to stand here and act like I'm an expert, I'll just speak about what's worked for me. Those apps offer like 5-minute meditations, where for a minute maybe someone's talking and then it's 4 minutes silence. Sorry, but when I did that, what do you want me to do with this? So what I would say is, what really stood out to me is I didn't even think, oh, let me start meditating. I just was really interested in self-improvement. And I came across Dr. JOE Dispenza, an interview with him on Tom Bilyeu's channel on YouTube called Impact Theory. And what he said for me just clicked more than anyone. And he was saying 95% of who you are by the time you're 35 years old is a memorized set of unconscious behaviors, habits, emotional reactions. And it just hit me so much. And he spoke about how every day people they get up on the same side of bed, they go to the toilet, they wash their face the same way, see the same people that push the same emotional buttons, and they're hoping something's going to change in their life, but you're hoping with 5% of your conscious mind, and you're going against 95% of your programming.
So
What I'm saying is,
just explain for a second. So you're trying to meditate out of this cycle that we do every day. You're trying to take your brain somewhere else, where you get out on the right side of bed rather than the left side of bed. You wash your face with your left hand rather than you. Is that what you're trying to?
No. Okay, so to clarify, so meditation means to become familiar with. So, for example, if you look into actually like the science of wanting to manifest something or achieve something, right? Before I started meditating, I thought, oh, I'm so like positive, I'm so this, I'm so driven. Why are things feeling like hard for me to achieve them? And when you sit down and you close your eyes for half an hour, all these thoughts are going to come up and you're going to see exactly why you're not where you want to be. Oh my God, I need to go do this, I need to go do that. Would the person who's already wealthy be feeling that angst in the present moment? No. So what I'm saying is, rather than just being like, let me go meditate, instead go and research what you're doing and why you're doing it, So Dr. Joe Dispenza, for example, with his meditations, he does a explanation for each one where you're learning exactly, for example, you have to open your attention up to the space around you. You're taking your attention off your body. But if I just tell you that, you're gonna be like, okay, why am I doing that? How am I meant to do that? Whereas when you understand, it's because it slows down your brain waves, and that puts you then begin to disconnect from 3D reality. Just like how if you're driving down a road, you know this, Josh,
All
and
right.
like your mind's going
Sorry,
off. Sorry, I know I'm talking so
sorry to
fast.
interrupt. I feel like we went from 1 to
Yeah.
100 real quick. I don't understand what's happening right
So that's what I
now.
do.
So this is one of the things. I'll probably watch it back 25 times to try and make sense of it. But the question was, how can someone begin meditating today?
So to recap, you need to research why you want to, like what you're meant to do meditating and why you're doing it, period, before you look at how. Then the how is going to be easy.
So do you think most people's reason was, I want to be more calm in life, I want to have my, like, less anxious? I feel like that's most people's, they think meditating does is, I'm going to be less anxious, I'm going to be more calm in stressful situations. Do you think meditating, that's the main reason why people go for it?
Yeah, I mean, Josh, don't you remember that time when we were in a van I was in your van with you? This was a little while ago, and you had been all stressy with me and rude, and then
I don't remember that.
and then and then I was just like, it's okay, and you were so shocked, and you were like, Naomi's just like, you dude. But like for real, you do learn to like regulate your emotional reactions, and you become less reactive. So yeah, someone could be there, and it's obviously an over time thing, and it's not saying you don't ever react or feel uncomfortable, but over time you learn that you're not like a victim to everyone around you and just responding emotionally to everyone.
Okay, so you're basically saying, find out your reason why you want to meditate, and then where should they look if not Headspace? Is it like, would you look for YouTube, or would you just sit and keep the answer to like 20 seconds?
Dr. Joe
Sorry?
Dispenza.
Yeah.
Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Are you
Like,
on,
look at his.
are you on commission from Dr. Joe?
No, but this just shows how much. For me, he's the only person I go back to again and again and again, because what he says is science based, and it just resonates with me massively.
Yeah. So go and look at his YouTube videos, try and listen to what he's saying, and basically, I'm sure he has meditation on YouTube you can follow as well. Okay, yeah. Fantastic. Leads on to my next question. How was your trip to Florida, and what happened there? If you can describe it, in a few choice words.
So it's just sort of the weather, the food, to keep it short. Yeah, so it was a Dr. Joe Dispenza event, and sorry, what exactly do you want me to hit on?
So like in a brief summary, what happened at the event? Like, were you meditating a lot? What kind of things were you doing there?
Okay, so it's a lecture, and then it's followed by meditation again, because he's showing you what you're doing, why you're doing it, the scientific evidence. He'll show you examples of people. For example, there's a lot of breath that you practice, which is pulling your mind out of your body. Again, he explains the science of that. So you're practicing this breath, and then you go into these meditations that you're doing. One morning, I mean, we're starting at like 6 in the morning, going till 8 at night. But the day that's short.
Sounds very intense.
It is, but it's not at the same time.
Okay, yeah, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, because I was walking with mum the other day, and she was saying about meditation, and I said, I don't really have anything I need to meditate for. Like, I'm pretty calm, I'm happy, I'm grateful. Like, I don't need to. And she's like, well, do you still smoke? And I said, occasionally, but I don't see it as a bad thing anymore. I see it as a stimulant, like coffee. And she said, yeah, but meditation would bring out of you that stimulant is inside you. You don't need to get it from coffee and cigarettes. You can just get it from, you meditate and get it inside you. So I feel like, she sold it to me a little bit. And I think she was saying like you went to quite like a deep place in that event. Like when you came back, you kind of like missing being there, the state you were in.
Yeah, to be honest, it's so weird, because I feel like with meditation, and I know we're going to get to this question, but it is like you're becoming so aware of yourself that you start to see like even sides of yourself that are maybe darker that you didn't even realize was there, because you're just so unconscious. So like you might go through like this with your emotions a little bit. So when I got back from that event, for me, it's like I felt I'm a different person now, but you're still in the same environment, and it was just really weird, like suddenly being back in an environment I left, and now I'm a different person.
So it was a life-changing event.
Without a doubt.
Wow. I have to talk more off camera about this
Yeah.
because I need to understand what's going on. But so moving on to the next question, have you had any difficulties with meditation? Like, have you had any like you couldn't do it, your mind was running wild, sort of thing? Like, have you had any? The question was, have you had any benefits? We sort of covered that, and what difficulties have you had as well? So would you say you've had
Yeah.
any difficulties with it, or like getting into it, trying to get your head around it, sort of thing?
Yeah, so again, people think if they have the thought, I can't meditate, this is taking too long, all of this. The issue is that they're just believing that thought. It's just a thought, like it's not you. You're the one aware of the thought. So the challenge is, I think, initially realizing just because you're having those thoughts, it doesn't mean it's a bad meditation. All that is you overcoming you. And the sign of a good meditation is you sat down, you said, I want to finish this from start to finish. Every time my mind wanders, and I come back to the present moment, and you're going to overcome your body that wants to go up and wants to do things. It's not used to sitting there for 45 minutes. So yeah, I think initially it's just about being aware of what a good meditation is. A bad meditation is just one where you got up and didn't finish the thing.
Okay, so it's just pushing through it and just trying to keep your mind when it wanders. Someone told me once you observe the thought going past, and like you said, you bring your thought back to the present every time you see it wander, and don't be stressed out about it. Just know that's natural, and mind might wander anyway. You have to bring it back.
Yeah, and also one thing I will add, because I don't think this is spoken about much, is I do think the more you go on, you realize that because you're dealing with so many emotions that might be like stored deep down, and I think that can be quite frightening sometimes. Like people don't want to sit with themselves because your thoughts, it could just go to some extreme scenario, and that can be quite scary for some people. But like you have to realize it's just a thought, it's just an emotion, and when you change the emotion, like your emotion is the boundary of the box that your thoughts are in. So if you change the emotion you're feeling, you're not going to have those thoughts. It's just about overcoming the
Yeah,
emotion.
I don't quite know what you mean by that, but I think that's like when you're quite advanced down the line, that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? If I sat with my own thoughts, I'd be pretty happy. Like I wouldn't be
Yeah,
bringing up dark, horrible stuff. I don't think.
exactly. But I didn't think I would either. But it's kind of, I do feel like it's just the further
Yeah,
down
you're
you go.
quite far down the line, though, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like if we're
and it's
talking
just
for a
about
beginner
overcoming
here,
that.
they're probably going to have quite a nice time.
You're probably just going to have the stand. Well, some people might not. I think some people do struggle with their thoughts.
Okay. Do you remember just quickly on your first meditation, what kind of feelings you felt? Do you feel absolute calm? I've actually done one on YouTube called Body Scan Meditation. I can't remember which one it is exactly, but I remember the guy's name if I saw it. I did the meditation. I felt fantastic afterwards. And I've also done a Wim Hof breathing one. Maybe I felt a bit lightheaded from holding my breath for like 2 minutes, but I felt fantastic afterwards. So do you remember how you felt after your first meditation, and how people who might go and meditate after this might feel to know it's worked, sort of thing?
Okay. So I would say with you, I think you're naturally quite present in the moment. And that's why I think for you, I don't think it would take you like too long to actually overcome like some programs that may be there. But yeah, after my first one, I probably stopped halfway through because again, I hadn't researched properly and realized the sign of a good meditation is getting to the end rather than like when I was at that event, even people, you have some meditations where you really do lose track of here and you're off in some other world.
I
You're
don't
really
know
still
because
here.
I don't know
Okay,
about that, but
well,
yeah, I imagine that's what happened.
yeah, and it's amazing. You have like out of body experiences, lucid dreams, all that. But that's not even the sign of a good meditation because other ones you're feeling frustration the whole time, but you sit through it, you come back to the present moment, and you don't let the feeling like make you get up and go and check your phone.
Yeah.
So I think just realizing what a good meditation is.
So it's almost like a gym session where going and overcoming
Exactly.
the bad
Yeah,
better than having a fantastic gym session.
exactly. And also, don't you think the gym sessions that are hard, when you come out of them, I feel the best compared
Yeah,
to
yeah.
ones I go in
No,
feeling good.
and you push through. So
Exactly.
we were just saying then about you're quite far down the line of like you've been meditating a long time. When I come and visit you guys, you're shutting yourself in your room at a certain time of night, and I'm going for meditation. No one bother me, sort of thing. So you've been doing that quite a long time. So is there a journey for meditation? Does it have an end? Does it have a finish line where you're just perfect meditation? You have it locked down. Like in the gym, I would say you can always improve, but maybe after a while you've been working out for 30 years. You have your workout locked down. It's pretty perfect. Is that the same with meditation? Would you compare it to the gym in that sense?
No, because initially it is about you overcoming yourself, and there is that hard, challenging bit. But then you get in, once you've done that, then it, and this is again what Dr. Joe talks about, you get into the thing where you are creating your reality. And again, you just have to look into quantum physics to understand that. Once you can focus your attention on something and your emotions aren't all scattered, then it actually gets fun. So I'm looking forward to that part really.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I've had lucid dreams and out of body experiences, but being able to kind of have those more on commands, like that's gonna be epic. So no, I don't think there is an end. It's
just
forever.
keep improving time.
Yeah.
So just quickly before we wrap it up, you said about Dr. Joe on YouTube.
Yeah.
Has he got a book someone could look at that
Yeah.
you could recommend? What's it called?
So either breaking the habit of being yourself or becoming supernatural, or you are the placebo.
And can you tell us any other person on YouTube who is not Dr. Joe, who people can leave this live and go and look on YouTube for?
Excuse me, do people outside Dr. Joe not exist? I'm joking. No, Dr. Joe.
So you
Like,
said
yeah, of course,
guy,
people.
but that's the only guy, but you are a little bit biased. But you're saying, guys, go and check him out before anyone else, basically.
I think so, because he just combines the science of it, the meditation. It's just, I think he's just the best person to explain it. If you start looking at him and you're interested, there's going to be suggested people, and you can go off and look at them too.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much for taking the time in your dark alleyway, Naomi, and maybe we'll talk again next time about currency trading or something else. This is
so fun. I love talking about Dr. Joe. Nerd life.
See you later, nerd. Bye.
Bye.